Today we are going to prepare tomato sauce made with organic tomatoes. These are San Marzano tomatoes that we got at a local farm. So we are going to wash the tomato in water and baking soda. Next step, we are going to fill the pot with about ½ an inch of water and start slicing the tomato. We'll see if there is, see, this is all pulp, so it can go all in. If they are a little bit watery, we can squeeze them, but they are great tomatoes, all pulp. Bring the, put the tomatoes in the pot and put them on medium-high heat, and let the tomatoes start cooking. Slowly you will remove the water, the excessive water that forms from the tomatoes. Every so often you want to stir the tomatoes. So as you can see, well, first of all, the top tomatoes will go on the bottom. As you can see, they are producing a lot of water, which you're going to start slowly removing. So as the tomatoes start releasing some of their water, you can just remove it. Alright, so it looks like the sauce is ready. So there's still a little bit of water there, but you don't want to make it too thick. So if you look at the other pots, the consistency is pretty much the same. So now we are gonna salt it a little bit, like a little bit of salt in your palm. Maybe a little bit less here because the pot is smaller. And then we're gonna let it cool off and ready to process it through the machine. All right, the tomatoes are ready. I just removed some extra water that I will keep here just in case the sauce is too thick. This is the equipment. We are gonna process it through this machine and we'll see the results. All right, so we pour the cooked tomatoes through the machine. On this side, the sauce comes out and the waste comes out on the other side, which will process the waste 2 more times just to squeeze as much as tomato sauce as possible. All right, we are pouring now the tomato sauce into each jar. Once the jar is filled, we are just gonna put a couple of grains of salt and then seal the jar. Now that we've filled all the jars with tomatoes, we are placing them in a pot, covering them with cold water and letting it boil. Once it boils, we need to let it boil for 30 minutes. Then shut off the stove and let it cool down on its own.